And in today's class, we will talk about the spreadsheet formatting, and this is the video number 2. And after today's video, you will be able to do the activity 3.2. Now, before I dive into the formatting of the spreadsheet, I will give you guys a quick rundown on whatever we've discussed in the last class. So in the last class, we talked about the algebraic equations and we talked about the equations like sum, subtraction, multiplication, division, percentage, and absolute functions. And then there are some other common commands which are really handy to know. They are max, min, large, small, sort, and table. Let's move to our today's work. Our today's work is all about the formatting exercise. And under the formatting exercise, if I look into this data, if I try to read through this, it's pretty hard to understand what's going on in this one compared to this sheet where I can clearly see this is some kind of a sales report for a particular place where the first quarter numbers, second quarter numbers, and third and fourth quarter numbers are given to me. Now, my objective is to make this data look something similar to this data. So let's dive into our today's work. So first of all, I wanted to bring the name, this heading into the center. So what I can do is I'll select this, I'll select all these cells from A to G and then go to the home page and then click onto the merge and center. And then after that, I'll do the same thing with the sales report and select this one, home and merge and center. Now I wanted to change the color of this thing. So I'll select both of them and then right click and then I will click on to the format cells. As soon as I click onto the format cells, a new dialog box will open up where different options are given to me. I wanted to add the color, so I'll go to the fill. And as soon as I go to the fill, it gives me the option of whatever color you wanted to select. So I'll select this color for our today's work, press OK, and I've changed it. Now, if I wanted to make it look bold, means more darker, so I will go to the home page and click onto the bold. And now I wanted to also add a border line below this, so something like this. And to do that, I will select the cells and right click onto it and then format cells. I can then click on to the border and then I can select any style, whatever I like. I'm going to select this thickish line and then I have to show it under the preview. If I don't show it under the preview, then it won't appear on my Excel worksheet. Then press OK. So a thick line has been generated. Now, if I see it carefully, this is not as thick as the line generated here. How can I generate that thick line? I will insert an extra row. So click on to the row number 3 and click insert and a new row has been inserted. Now I'll select all these cells and then change the color of these cells and format cells and fill, then change it to black in color. So a thickish line has been created. I can change the thickness by moving this row top and down. Now, the next part is I wanted to move these written words into at an angle. So how can I do that? I will select these cells and then right click onto this one again, format cells. Everything is under the format cells. And then alignment, I will move them at an angle 45-degree, press OK. Now, I also wanted to remove the color or these lines, shall I say, these dotted lines from my work. So again, right click and then format cells, and then I will click on to the fill. I'll say no fill, press OK. The color has been changed. If I wanted to apply the same thing to the rest of the work, you can select the rest remaining of the data and then perform the same activity. So format cells and then no fill, press OK. and the lines have been removed. Now, the next thing which I wanted to do is I wanted to change the color on the of this written text. So again, same old story. I'll right click and then format cells, and then I will click on to this color, press OK, and down here, I wanted to add some symbols, some currency symbols. So maybe the dollar symbol I wanted to add. So I'll select this row and then right click onto this one. And then I will say format cells, alignment, and numbers, shall I say. And then I'll click onto the accounting. If I wanted to keep it to 0 decimal places, 2 decimal places, depending upon your need is, you can do that. Press 0. I don't want any decimal places in my work. Press OK, and you see the dollar sign has been generated. Now, if I wanted to increase the width of the cells, I can increase the width of the cells by clicking between the two cells and dragging the cursor. And if I see this dollar sign is towards the left hand side and the number is towards the right hand side. Now, if I wanted to keep this dollar sign right next to the number, then I will use the currency symbol. So right click onto this number, or what I'm going to do is I'll select all these numbers and then right click and then format cells, and then I'll select the currency. And again, if you want it, whether you want to keep it to 2 decimal places or 0 decimal places, depending upon your need, you can change the decimal places from here. Press OK. Now this dollar sign is right next to the given number. All right, so we are pretty much close to the end of our work. We just need to add a couple of border lines and that'll be it. So here on the top, I wanted to add a border line. So, or on the bottom of the division, I can also add the border line. That will solve the purpose too. Format cells and border and thicker line. I wanted to, I'll select the thicker line. Again, I will click onto the preview so that it appears up here in the preview, and press OK. And we've generated a thickish line. And down here, I wanted to add the lines, format cells, and then the top border and the bottom border. I wanted to have bottom border like this, a thickish line, and click onto this one. And the top border, maybe something like this. I wanted to have the top border. Press OK, and I've generated the border lines. The final thing I wanted to do is I wanted to add the date down here. So I will press equal to and now command equal to now and start the bracket, close the bracket. That's going to give me the date. If I wanted to change the format of the date, right click format cells and then click onto the number. Then it'll say the date format. Click onto whatever format you like. Press OK. Now, oops, what's going on in this one? It doesn't mean that we've done something wrong. It's just that the space is not enough down here. So I'll press between C and D, and then I will be able to adjust the width of the column. Hopefully you were able to understand that how to apply the formatting to a given text or to given numbers. And a quick recap. For formatting, you will find everything under the format cells. As soon as you click onto the format cells, you will see the numbers, alignment, font, border, and fill. I've played with some of them. I will encourage you guys to play with the other ones also. For example, the numbers. If you wanted to use 1,000 separator, click onto this one. If you have a negative number, how to make it a positive, you can do that too by selecting the number format from here. Time, whatever time format you want to apply. Date format, we've already talked about. Scientific numbers, 2 decimal places, 3 decimal places. You wanted to customize a number, you can customize a number also. So play with all these options and you will get to learn a lot from here. And the font size also, if you want to change the font size, You can change the font size from here. So everything you will find under the format cells. So hopefully you were able to learn about formatting. I will see you with the video number 3. In the video number 3, we will talk about the print layout. Till then, goodbye.